Hey guys, and welcome back to Monko, where stuffing ensues, but yesterday I tried a food, and so I kind of want to talk about it because this channel is 3 parts JRPG and 1 part food reviews, but today we'll be talking about Pop-Tarts, per the usual of course, but specifically we'll be talking about pumpkin pie Pop-Tarts. Now, as it suggests at the top, pumpkin pie Pop-Tarts are a limited edition flavor pie for the season of fall. Kind of weird because this has not been advertised at all. I just kind of happened to, with my weird sixth sense of finding Pop-Tarts, walk into a Target and find a 12-pack of these, and these weren't advertised anywhere, not even at this point, which is August 1st. Are these even on the Pop-Tarts website? So these are kind of just out there at Targets at the very least for now, and they're not even being advertised at all. I don't know if, since these are out, whether the sugar cookie Pop-Tarts or the gingerbread Pop-Tarts will be out this year. Hopefully they still will be, but this box of 12 cost me $3.99 at Target. 2 pastries are 380 calories, which is slightly higher than what Pop-Tarts usually are, with the average of, I'd say, about 370. But the long and the short of my opinion on pumpkin pie Pop-Tarts is, honestly, these are pretty underwhelming. I was kind of looking forward to these because I saw them on the shelves. I'm like, hey, I've never really tried that flavor, or at least if I have, I don't remember trying them. So I was kind of interested in trying them, but I was kind of underwhelmed because they're kind of bland and light on flavor. But now this is what a pumpkin pie Pop-Tart looks like. It's got your standard crust, a white frosting on it with sprinkles, and on the inside you got this kind of mapley colored filling that's supposed to represent something like a pumpkin pie, I suppose. But starting with the crust of these Pop-Tarts, the crust is just your standard generic Pop-Tart crust that you get like on any of the fruit flavor Pop-Tarts. It's plain. It has maybe a little bit of spice to it. I could detect like a slight hint of spice in the crust, but it was so light that it was barely noticeable. It was like just there by touch. Otherwise, it's just a pretty generic Pop-Tart crust, which kind of fits in with the whole pie crust type of thing that they're going with. The frosting, as far as I could tell, didn't have any flavoring in it. It was just a kind of a generic sugary sweet frosting that really didn't have any flavor to it. But where this Pop-Tart kind of really disappoints is in the filling. Now, the filling is really light on flavor, and that's really disappointing, and I can't tell if it's because it's getting overwhelmed by maybe that really sweet frosting, or if it's just light just to be light and it just didn't have a lot of flavor in the first place. But suggesting from the ingredients list, it actually does have dried pumpkin in it, and as well it has cinnamon, nutmegs, cloves, and kind of weird as well, it has cocoa in it for whatever reason. But it does have the ingredients for something that would make a pumpkin pie, but the flavors are so light that you can barely taste any of those flavors at play. You can barely taste any pumpkin, even though pumpkin's already a light flavor. In this, it's even lighter, and you can like barely taste any pumpkin. And as well, those spices are really light. Like, you can slightly taste a bit of ginger, you can kind of taste a hint of cinnamon. It says it also has nutmeg and cloves in it, which maybe I got a bit of nutmeg. I don't think I really got any clove to it, but it's kind of disappointing because the filling was really what I was looking forward to the most. But it's just so light on flavor that's overall just kind of disappointing. And the fact of the matter is, the fact that the crust is just kind of your generic Pop-Tart crust, and the frosting is just kind of a generic sugary sweet frosting, doesn't help the fact that the filling is also just kind of really light on flavor. Honestly, this is one of the lightest flavor Pop-Tarts I've had. It's only second to something like Confetti Cupcake, which just is really light in flavor and is one tone with this vanilla sweetness. But it's just a really light on flavor Pop-Tart, and it's just really bland in general. But my overall opinion on pumpkin pie Pop-Tarts is that I'm really disappointed in these, to be honest. I was kind of hoping for a fallish flavored, Pop-Tart, kind of like something like a maybe gingerbread that I had last year that had a really good kind of festive flavor to it. This has such a light flavor that it just honestly ends up disappointing. You don't get a lot of pumpkin, which, like I said, I know pumpkin's already a really light flavor, but you don't even really get any of that flavor in here. And the spices are so light that they're barely even noticeable. They're like just slightly there. And like I said, I don't know if it's like that really sweet frosting overwhelming them, or if just the filling in general was just a really light flavor. Now, it's worth noting that I did have these on toasted, so maybe toasting them brings out the flavor. But if you don't toast them, or if you do toast them, it shouldn't matter because it should have enough flavor either way. I ate pretty much all my Pop-Tarts untoasted, and there's plenty of them that are fine untoasted. But if you see these, honestly, I wouldn't recommend picking them up because, honestly, in my opinion, they're just not all that great. Hopefully this year they bring back sugar cookie or gingerbread, but if this is kind of it for the fall winter season, I'll be kind of disappointed. But thank you very much for watching. Until next time, I'll see you. Stay chill.